After ViCAP links the River murders to a pharmaceutical company, Clarice seeks the help from Julia Lawson, the corporate accountant for the company. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing Clarice Episode 9. So we see the team is finally looking into the links between the Rivers murders and the Alistair Pharmaceuticals company. We really get to see all of this happen in this episode. The company's drug, Reprisal, is responsible for multiple cases of babies born with birth defects. So this drug is out there on the market right now. And you'll find out more about the drug as the episode goes on. But it's causing birth defects, and apparently nobody knows about that. Nobody really knows about the side effects, even though you're supposed to disclose all of that. But they're going around getting doctors to prescribe this even to women who are pregnant. And we really get to see what happens for that. The ViCAP team is still working in the basements, like out of sight from prying eyes, which they don't really know who to trust because of Hudlin. He was able to do stuff inside the bureau that they didn't think was possible. So we really get to see them start looking into every single connection. Like, they put up a board and everything, and they've got thumbtacks all over with red string all over the place. So we're really diving into this conspiracy, this pharmaceutical company more. And Murray is all about finding leverage to use against people. In this episode, he really, really pushes it, even with Clarice. And we see Clarice is, she's the opposite. She wants to get people to talk to her and to help, versus just getting leverage and being like, well, if you don't do what I want you to do, I'm going to do this instead, like we see Murray do. And we even really get to see Murray do like a lot of different stuff in this with that. Murray gives like kind of the tough love, in this episode, even with Krenler. Krenler does something unexpected to try to get Hudlin to open up to him a little more and to trust him a little more. And Murray is like, no, you wanted to do that because of everything that's going on, and that's no excuse. So he really is trying to give the tough love to everybody, and we really see that come through in this episode. And we even see like how he reacts to when people die as well in this episode and in previous episodes. And Clarice really does some more self-reflection after she is confronted by Julia Lawson about the Buffalo Bill case. Now, there's something that goes on between the two of them where we see when Clarice first meets Julia Lawson that they're like, oh, it's her. Leave now, And this gets really played into on this, which, I thought was fine for the most part. I've never actually read the Silence of the Lamb book, so I believe that's what this is supposed to be from, but it also plays into, everyday stuff that's happening right now with different groups. And this episode also heavily leans into that as well. Where this episode really went downhill for me, personally, is when Ardelia and Garrett talk to a lawyer about the discrimination that's been going on in the FBI and what they need to do in order to have that lawyer take the case and win it. And we really see, again, everybody's making decisions in this that are not necessarily good, but not necessarily bad either. They're kind of some of them are bad. I will say that. Some of them are actually bad, and they're bad for the person that's actually doing it. But they're trying to do it for specific reasons that they're using to justify these decisions. And we really see Ardelia actually think about it and take it under consideration to do it. And I was like, wow, I'm like, I can't believe that. I'm like, you would literally do that to somebody. I'm like, I'm like, just to win this case to prove your point. I'm like, there are better ways to go about doing stuff, but apparently everybody just wants that quick and easy way. Quick and easy way. Just do this and this will happen and we'll be all good. So that's where this episode really kind of went downhill for me. And the episode also ends on Catherine planning something. So this wasn't really even a good cliffhanger for me in particular. I was kind of let down by this episode. Most of the episodes have been decent to some of them have been good, but for the most part, this has been like kind of an even, not an even show. It hasn't been great, but again, some of the episodes have been actually kind of good, for what they do and things like that. But this has absolutely nothing to do with serial killers. They keep talking about serial killers in this, but it has absolutely nothing to do with serial killers. I'm not even sure why they would even, put Clarice in this, because it's all about FBI procedurals. And we get to see in this episode again that the procedurals for some FBI agents are to get leverage and stuff. And the acting in this, the effects were practical effects. They were just doing more digging and more detective work, so there was no issues there. The acting in this wasn't bad. I did like Catherine's acting in this better, though, than the other episodes, as she talks to her ex-boyfriend, which I actually thought was kind of neat and stuff. She was very, very mean about it. It was great for that part. But, again, this episode leans on the premise of getting leverage over everybody. I mean, we've already went over that. Let's see here. And it goes into the investigation for the pharmaceutical companies more. And again, we get to see the decisions and the consequences that everybody's, making. The decisions people are making have consequences. And some of them are, probably not going to be for the good. Or for the better, I should say. I would honestly give this a 6.5 out of 10. It was, this episode was just kind of a letdown. There have been like a lot of woke elements coming in and out of this show so far, and this is one of those episodes that leans heavily into that, unfortunately. So if you leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought about this episode, and if you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe. Take care for now, everybody.